Hi, my name's Carmen. I'm a senior youth worker at Safe Places for Children.
Hi, my name's Andrew and I'm a trainer at Safe Places for Children.
So why did you get into youth work? I got into youth work because I myself experienced a childhood that was quite dysfunctional. So from about the age of 17, I realised that I wanted to work with other young people that had experienced something similar and give them hope that there is people out there that love them and they can do things and go places as well.
I wasn't in the industry, but I had friends that were. It sounded fun and it sounded interesting, so I thought I would give it a go, and yeah, I'm still here, still doing it. What does your typical day look like? So as a trainer, I'm doing a lot of marking a lot of the time, so marking a certificate in child, youth and family intervention. The rest of the time I'm coaching and training people.
So my day can change almost like the weather. You'd get up in the morning, get yourself ready, make sure the house is in acceptable condition, like go about and do your chores so that the young people, when they wake up, have got a nice environment to wake up in. Help them get to any activities, get to school.
Yeah, what is the hardest part of the job? I think as a youth worker, for me it was definitely making sure that after a serious incident or when something big had happened, that I'd properly debrief with like a case manager. You deal with some pretty tough stuff.
That you do, because at the end of the day we're all human too, and like, I get triggered too, so it's like they'll do things that will upset me, and then in the moment I've got to then self-regulate and show up for them as best that I can. You know that you have a life to go to, but for the young people that's their life, so just making sure you show up as best that you can for the young person in the moment.
What's your special trick for connecting with a young person when they're upset? It's a good question. I don't really think that there is necessarily like a magic bullet or a special trick. I think it's all about making sure that you're present with the young person and that you're giving them the time that they need.
And I think at the end of the day, your relationship is the key. So when you take the time to like genuinely connect and care for the young person. Can you remember one moment you really knew you'd made a difference? When you get to know a young person and over time, it'd be the weeks, months, sometimes a year or so where we may have these kids, you can actually see their behaviours changing. There's been like moments where I've almost like been able to see a young person's mind thinking, and they've gone and made a good choice rather than where they may have in the past made a not so good choice. So I think you've got to be in it for the long haul.
I think definitely what Carmen was saying is true, but you still have like highlights or I guess those moments where you really feel like you are making a difference, and it's not necessarily maybe seeing a big change in behaviour. It might just be having a small win or you know, having the young person experience something that they've never had the opportunity to experience before. I think that's, I always feel pretty, you know, that's a pretty special moment to be able to share with somebody.
So when they go and try something new, and you can just see like the joy in their face
that's
from
really
like
cool.
A new experience.
Yeah. Why do you love working at Safe Places for Children? I really loved the autonomy that was given to youth workers. I think that was something really unique that wasn't at necessarily other residential services.
I love working at Safe Places for Children because of the people I get to work with. I have a super supportive case manager.
The training team's really good.
Andrew's a pretty good trainer. Don't tell him I said that. I don't know why I'm telling you to not do it.
It's me.
It's Andrew. He's a good trainer. The training that we have before getting started on the floor, like I felt like I was really equipped before actually being put out on the floor. at safe places.
It's all about the young people.